Needlemaster 40-piece interchangeable aluminum knitting set. Craft a wide variety of projects using this our handy metal knitting needle set. Includes 40 pieces. Includes needle sizes 2 to 15. Features circular and straight needles sizes 2 to 15. Cable to make 20-inch, 24-inch, 29-inch, 36-inch, and custom lengths. Set comes with a handy travel case for on-the-go crafting.
This is the Generosity set that's part of the Mindful collection from Knitter's Pride. This is a stainless steel 2-inch or 5-centimeter interchangeable lace needles. Let's take a look inside. When you open your needle case, you will find this pouch, and inside this pouch you'll find all of these items, which include 4 fixed cords. 2 of them, when combined with the 2-inch needles, equal 10 inches or 25 centimeters, and these 2, when attached to the needles, create a 12-inch or 30 centimeter needle. Now in this little pouch right here, you will find 4 end caps and 2 cord keys. You'll also find 10 lockable stitch markers, 10 split stitch markers, 10 circular stitch markers, 2 darning needles with a bent tip, which is fabulous for weaving in ends. And then there's also this needle gauge, which is pretty interesting because on one side it has all the sizes in the US size, but when you flip it over, it has all the sizes in millimeters.
Knitter's Pride Dreamz Chunky Interchangeable Needle Set. Made from densified laminated birch wood, more costly and much harder than ebony or rosewood. The line is offered in a full range of 11 radiant colors. A color has been assigned to each size, and that color carries through in all the needle styles. Imagine how this will aid in organizing your collection.
If you're looking for the ultimate in knitting versatility, you are probably going to love our Options Interchangeable needle set. This is a needle set that comes with needle tips, cables, and a whole range of accessories. And what you're able to do is create all sorts of different lengths of circular needles. So I'll just go through with you and talk about what's included in the set. First, you'll find a range of needle tips starting at a size 4 up to a US 11. And just one note that I want to make is that we do have larger sizes in these needle tips. They just don't come included with the set. This is kind of your basic set, and sometimes, you know, if you want to knit on super bulky yarn, we definitely have needle tips to accommodate that too. We also have a US 10.75 needle tip that you can get separately. It's not included in the set though. Next up, you'll find are these cables. These are what you're going to attach to your knitting needle tips to make your circular needle. What's included in the set are two 24-inch cables, and the 24 inches is going to be after you attach the needle tip. So the cable itself isn't 24 inches, but your entire needle from tip to tip is going to be 24 inches after you attach them. You'll also find a 32-inch cable here, slightly longer. And just like with our needle tips, there are larger sizes online. The same is true of our cables. You'll find a whole range of sizes that go all the way up to a 60-inch length. So again, the same is true for all the cables. The cable length isn't going to be 60 inches, but it's going to create a 60-inch needle from needle tip to needle tip. Next up are these little circular tags here, and what these allow you to do is if you're in the middle of a project and you need that size needle because you just need to start another project with a size 8 needle, you can actually take the needle tips off of the needle that you're working on, and say you have live stitches all on here, remove your needle tip, screw on one of these cable holders, and that's going to allow you to change out your needle tips. Maybe you're just getting frustrated with the project and you just need something easy to work on. Just put on these end caps here and you'll be able to use your needle tips for another projects without worrying that all your stitches are going to drop down. Your project is going to remain intact. So just like this, your live stitches would be on your cable with your project attached, but you don't have to be worried that it's going to unravel or the stitches will drop. And that comes with 8 included in the set. Next up is this tiny little tool that we call the cable key. This is really the important part when it comes to tightening your knitting needle tip to your cable. It's going to allow you to get a little bit extra grip as you're tightening your cable to make sure it doesn't loosen as you're starting your project and knitting. So I'll show you how to connect one of the needle tips to the cable right now. Another really great feature about our needle set is that they have the sizes stamped onto the metal ferrule, both the US and the millimeter size. So it makes it really easy to know what size needle tip you're reaching for without a needle gauge or a needle sizer. So all you do is take your little cable key here, and on your cable, you're gonna find a little hole right on the metal ferrule. And I'm just gonna take my little cable key and insert it through that hole, just like that. And then I'm gonna take my needle tip and I'm just gonna screw it on while holding the cable key in place. And that's gonna allow me to really get extra grip on my needle tip as I'm tightening it without moving the cable actually. So you'll be able to get a really nice tight grip on your needle. And again, that's just gonna ensure that your needle tip stays attached to your cable. And that's really important to do when you're knitting. You don't want your needle to come loose. So anytime you start a project, you really want to be sure to use your cable key and really tighten the needle tip to your cable. And again, there's all kinds of accessories that you can get for this. If you have a really large project, say a blanket or a really large throw, we actually have little connectors for your cables so you can put multiple cables together. There's all kinds of accessories, and again, we also have an expanded range of needle tip sizes online. So if you're looking for something really versatile, the set that you're going to reach for again and again and again, I know personally I love this set. I use it for just about everything. It really covers 90% of the projects that I make, and the cables are extremely flexible. They're really great to work with, you know, they're just really, really wonderful, and they're even great for doing magic loop if you do that. You can have a larger cable for sweaters, sleeves, hats. You can use magic loop with this set for those, so that's another option. But again, that's the Knit Picks Options Interchangeable Needle Set.